Alright, I'm going to make a quick Q&A, but real fast. In 1 second, I'm going to make a quick cup of coffee. Again, I got a Q&A I got to do right now. But I definitely need coffee. Bunch of crap just happened. I've never had such a great week turn into such a terrible week, all in the matter of an hour. It's been insane. A lot of you guys know that I check my. Can you see me? Hey y'all. I check my bank account constantly. I'm like not a hypochondriac. I'm anal. Anal. That's the word. That's totally different than hypochondriac. Just going real fast. Press play, and there we go. Is this right? Let's see here. Bend it down a little. Okay. Anyway, I'm very anal about checking my bank account. Well, I called my son just to say, hey Nick, if you watch this. He goes, Dad, something happened. My bank account's froze. And I go, why? And some about an IRS levy or something. But my son's very, very good with money, and it sounded odd. Now I'm having IRS issues, but they've been. I cut a deal with them last year to where they just take $200 a paycheck out until I'm eventually done in the next 30 years. Driving truck, it sucks. Especially I'm divorced. I have 0 dependents. My kids are all grown up, so they come after me really heavy. So they've been doing that, taking out my paycheck, which is fine. I don't care. I guess they need the money. I know our government needs the money to operate. I have no problem with that. I have a problem when they want more than you actually make. That's where my issue lies with the government, or at least the IRS. But anyway, so they froze his bank account. And then, so I went online, I went to the bank account thing to find out what's going on, check mine, because I'm very careful with my bank account. Mine's frozen. And then I looked, my ex-girlfriend's is frozen. And what's going, and it's all coming back to me. I'm thinking the IRS is kind of doing something strange, because they are not levying, but payment arrangements were made, and they've been very current taking the money out of my account. But for some reason, it's just weird. I don't even see why they would do 2 other people that I know and me, it's weird. So I've got to contact them Monday, find out what the heck's going on. Because I really don't owe them much anymore. I think I only owe like $2,000, a paycheck and a half. I think I could be done with them. But it's just stressful. But I really don't like dealing with the government or because when you get them on the phone, they're not the nicest people. They don't just talk to you normal. So I know this cup of coffee is going to help. And let me put this all away, and I can start my Q&A. Let's see here. Come on, coffee pot. Go back. Okie dokie. Q&A about ready to start. Oh, shoot. I always forget this crazy thing, and I would have left the cake up inside also. Throw it away. Okay. I'm going to sit back here on the lower bed and pretend it's a couch. And I've probably got to turn the camera a little bit, it looks like. Maybe there? Focus. Yeah. Sorry to bug you guys with that stuff. I know it's private stuff, but I'm really not that private of a person. I have nobody to talk to and tell my problems to, so anybody out there knows how to deal with the IRS, get with me if this is an issue, because I don't understand what's going on. That it should be illegal. I don't see how they can do this. And if the IRS sees this video, I'm sorry, guys. I know why people go postal now. That's a joke, by the way. Don't take that serious. Anyway, I'm on my way to Texas, and I figured I'd do a quick Q&A. I asked for some questions yesterday, and got quite a few responses. Got a lot of questions. I haven't read them yet, so I'm going to read them live. That's just the way I roll off the top of my head. So you should probably get some pretty idiotic answers to any of the questions. Let me taste this here first. Good stuff. Yeah, I knew today was going to be bad, just because I unloaded a load yesterday. It was my reefer. My trailer is called a reefer. It has a refrigeration unit on the front, so I can haul either extremely frozen stuff or dry goods, so I can haul like frozen orange juice, or I can haul electronics. You know, it gives you more options what you haul if you have a refrigerated unit. So I delivered to a Walmart distribution center yesterday, thinking everything was fine. I backed into a door, dropped my trailer, went up in front of the office. When they were all done, they called me in, said everything's free and clear, you're empty, good to go. I said, great. So I went and hooked back up to the trailer. When I pulled out, it was raining, and the temperature outside was warmer. Obviously, it was minus 10 degrees in my trailer. So when I pulled away from the door, all this fog and mist was just all over. It looked like something from Halloween, you know. And you couldn't see inside the trailer, not from the door. It was like a wall of fog. So even if you shine a flashlight in, it just all white. So I figured I would drive around to security to, you know, because they have to check your trailer to make sure you're not stealing anything from Walmart. So the security guards check everything, and I was good to go. He went inside and came back out, and he goes, yep, you're good to go. So I shut my doors and I left. Well, this morning, my trailer's all warm. It was like in the 40s today. I'm in Minnesota. I go to pick up my next load. I open up my doors. 2 pallets of frozen orange juice sitting at the very front of my trailer. And I'm going, oh my God. So I was fortunate enough to where the Pearson's candy is where I loaded. That they make those candy bars with the nuts all on them. And they took the orange juice off, put their product on, and then put the frozen orange juice towards the back of the door so I could bring it to my work, and they'll just take it off and put it in the freezer. So the day started out bad, and now trying to figure out what our government is doing to me. I don't even know what their thinking is. It's not, I don't, and for as many hours as I work a day, I probably make less than minimum wage, I'm assuming. I put in about 18 hours a day, and I know a normal job you work 8 to 10 hours, and those people probably make more money than me. So, but yet they're ruthless. Our government, IRS, not to say nothing bad about you guys, like I said, if you're watching, but your institution is ruthless, and you try and better yourself, you try and do good and good and good, and then all of a sudden the people that are there to knock you down shouldn't be your own government. They should be there saying, you know, you're doing good, keep it up, you know. I understand you guys have to take some money to help pay for certain things, road projects, police officers, sheriff's departments. I understand that. But just taking everything from people. I mean, I'm probably going to lose my house next week because you guys not only are taking from my paycheck, I owe you guys $2,000. That's it. Why you're taking money out of my paycheck? Why are you doing this all of a sudden 6 months later to my bank accounts when you're already taking the money? I don't. And then it's not, if you're going to steal from me, that's fine. I'm fine with it. But don't steal from everybody else I know just to get to me for $2,000. That's insane. I just want to pull my hair out. Okay, that probably didn't look too good, right? All right, well, let's get to some Q&As. Sorry to bug y'all with my problems. Okay, let's go to Google Plus. After one more sip here. That's that community coffee again. That was the last one. I've got to switch to Folgers. Probably for a while. It's insane. Roxanne Riskin. Ta-ta. First question. Do I have any hobbies or collections? That's question one. Other than complaining on video, I guess I don't normally complain. I'm always trying to figure something out, what I can do to better myself, and something that I could do to help others. That's become a hobby, and that's basically because I would say Jason Ives probably started all those thoughts in my head, and people like him, people that are not Mrs. Sutton. I don't know. I know Chris Kitchen's one of them. He tries to help out a lot, but they all put these ideas in my head and go. Instead of being all worried about myself, I start worrying about everybody else, and that's kind of become a hobby. Other than that, collecting gadgets is a pretty cool hobby. I collect a lot of techie geek shit. Sometimes when the IRS isn't after me, I'm an impulse buyer. Obviously, I got gadgets all over. On the lower end of the thing, let's see here. Let me get some of my little stuff out. This it used to be Disney pins. I got you know when you go to Walmart and you get those big plastic bins with the lids on them. I have like 3 of those, I think, and they're just filled with Disney pins. You know, the collectibles or the limited editions or whatever they're selling every time you go to the park. And lately, I have been collecting the Vinylmations. And it's been the Star Wars ones so far. I've been collecting a lot of these Star Wars ones, and I probably got about 20 of them. You know, there's Han Solo. I got quite a few in here. In the past, this sounds stupid, but McDonald's used to come out with some pretty good ones in the kids' Happy Meals, right? Why is this all? I'm gonna step in here. Where's all my fun little stuff? There, one of my favorites. I don't know where Stitch is. Where's Stitch? I got Lilo. She's a bauble. She dances. But I collect a lot of the old McDonald's Disney toys from every time they come out with a movie or something. I usually collect those. But those are my hobbies. Photography, Google Glass photography is kind of kicking it up there a little bit. That's becoming one of my hobbies. I really enjoy that. And yeah, so I do stuff. Theme parks, hobby. Well, I don't know if that's a hobby. That might be considered a lifestyle. Theme parks and the beach. And a bottle of rum. Sound like a pirate. Okay. Stephanie Lake asks, how much time do you get to spend with your family as a full-time trucker? None. It's probably the worst. Other than when I was in the Army. I was a ranger stationed at Fort Stewart, Georgia, and that was probably the only other job I was away from my family. I mean, because I was in Iraq for 2 years. I mean, we traveled in the military a lot, so my family was used to me being away from home, which probably eventually led to my separation and divorce. We knew what we were getting into when I joined the military. We had 2 kids. I didn't know how to support them. I figured the military would be my best option. You know, they provide your housing, your medical. You get a shop at the PX and commissaries, and you get and you get to travel some, and so the kids get to see part of the world. But it just doesn't always end up that way. And after I ETS'd or got out of the military, I was a traveler. That's what I did. I'm like a gypsy, you know. And I wasn't sure what I was gonna do, and I started driving truck locally, and the money just wasn't there. And so I got a job over the road. This was like in the 90s after Desert Storm. Oh. And the money just wasn't there. So I started driving truck. And with my original job back in the 90s, it was I'd stay out for 30 days, come home for 3 days, go out for 30 days. And over the years, I did that for about 10 years maybe. And then I decided, hey, I need my kids are starting baseball and soccer and all, and Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts and all that stuff, and I wanted to be there for them. So I took another local job in Central Florida, moved everybody out. We were actually doing pretty good. Bought our very first house, not renting. We actually purchased a house, and life was going pretty good. And then, at least I thought, but when you neglect, sometimes you take people for granted in your life, and because of my job, I guess it isn't. What's the word I'm trying to think of? It's not like I'm meaning to neglect, or I'm just doing it. It's because of my job and career. It turns into neglect, and the people you're in love with, I guess, fall in love with other people, and que sera, sera. And still, they're all still family. Care about them a lot. But now I got a new family that I've had for 9 years, and they're incredible. I love all the kids. I love everybody. The thing is I started, I guess, the same routine. You know, I'm working. I'm except now it's a little bit longer. Sometimes I won't come home for 2 or 3 months, and only for 2 days. And it's just, I don't get to see everybody. I don't. When I'm home for 2 days, I want to go enjoy myself, because I get 2 days off every 3 months. I just don't want to sit at home. I want to go enjoy something. And sometimes things get neglected. And I guess that's a bad habit I have. And I guess I'm just not meant to be in a relationship, or at least a standard normal relationship. But I'm going to try and do better, and eventually get out of this and change my career to where I can have a stable family life, because I'm getting to that age now where this just isn't going to cut it anymore. And but I have to take care of some issues with our government first, it seems like. So what was the question? How much time do I get to spend with my family? None. 2 days every 3 months. And it's becoming to where they're not family anymore because of it, I think. I'm just here trying to pay everybody's bills, and that's what it seems like to me sometimes, because there's no connection anymore. Trying to bring the connection back, but I just hope it's not too far gone. Well, we'll see. Jeff Bond asked, what carries you through drives that naturally lull you to sleep? I use music, open windows, get cold, hot coffee, different air blast shifts to upbeat stations. I'm back to music. Final answer here, music. So Jeff Bonds, I guess, uses music to stay awake and just drive on down the road. I use you guys, actually. Of course, I listen to music quite a bit. I got a big Sony Bluetooth surround sound in my truck. You know, it has NFC, so I can just tap my phone or my tablet to it, and it connects, and I can listen to my Google Music, anything I want. So I do use music, and sometimes I'll crank it up, man. I don't do it like, I got my guitar, right? I can't. I've seen people drive down the road playing those. I'm not lying. God's honest truth. That's not my hobby while I drive. Music, that used to be number one. I would say you guys are the number one thing that keep me awake now. Getting hangout messages from some of the community members. Driving down the road on my Google Glasses, I'll get someone will mention me in a Google Plus thing. It'll pop up and I can respond. Communication with people, communication with you guys. It's like you guys are actually with me. It's like having a passenger, but having thousands of passengers. My truck's too small for that, so thank God I got Google Glass. I would say communicating. That's my number one thing that keeps me awake. Though I really haven't slept much. I'm becoming an insomniac because I'm trying to think of my future. My mind is always thinking, what can I do? How can I better myself? How can I take care of a family? How can I do better than this? And create more income to do the things I need to do, want to do. Because God knows my government needs my extra money. God, now CES is, damn it. Never mind. Yeah, communication. I think that's the number one thing. Number two has to be music. And I know safety while communicating, while driving, is hazardous. A lot of people would say. I have noticed with Google Glass, I'm driving, la 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 la, and I can communicate with Glass because it's right in front of me, and no problem. Now, I was testing this out recently with my Pebble and my Android Wear, just seeing when I get a message here. Sometimes I get them everywhere, and my watch will vibrate, and instead of saying "Okay, Glass," I'll take my hand off the steering wheel, take my eyes off the road, and I got messages now. Somebody tagged me. Facebook. Damn, I didn't cancel my Facebook today. But I'm taking my eyes off the road, so I think this is worse than Glass. But definitely communication. You guys kind of help me talk through things, even though you're not here right now. At least it's like I am talking to you. David McDowell asked, how difficult is dealing with us four-wheelers? Not difficult at all, man. It's because I don't rush anymore. Back in the day, 20, 30 years ago when I was driving truck, has it been 30 years? It's almost 30 years. We all ran by logbooks. Now everything's digital and electronic. Back in the day when I was running logbooks, and you're going, and cars get in front of you and block you, or you're driving. I hate the one thing that bugs me about cars is you're driving, right? Let's say you're on a freeway and there's an exit coming up. You're not going to take that exit. You're just blowing right by. There's a car behind you. He can't just wait to get to the exit and go. He has to get around you, pass you, cut you off just to take that exit. That bugs the hell out of me. Why they do that, I have no idea. If any of you guys do it, please don't. We weigh 80,000 pounds. To hit our brakes and stop is a pain in the ass. Yeah, and downshift, we have 13 gears we have to downshift every time you guys cut us off, and there's no guarantee that our brakes are going to stop in time when you guys slam on your brakes to take, you pass us and cut in front of us. We have to hit our brakes not to rear end you as you exit. Just stay behind us. It's only a couple hundred yards. You can then veer off. Why, you're going to cause an accident. That bugs the hell out of me. But all in all, nowadays, modern times, with all the electronic stuff and the surveillance that we have, I learned I'm not in a rush anymore. So when people do that, I don't really get the road rage I used to have. I just, oh well, man. I'm always aware of what's around me. So I watch all the cars. If there's a car on the shoulder fixing a tire, I'm off in the next lane, so I'm far enough away, because I have a big wind that follows behind my trailer. I don't want that wind to knock that car off a jack while some guy's underneath his car replacing a tire, or woman. I'm sorry, but no, cars really don't bug me anymore because I learned to take my time. I'm not in a rush. Roxanne Riskin asks again, if you could travel to 2 countries with class, where would you go and why? 2 countries with glass. God, I wish it'll never happen. I don't see travel like a lot of you guys do in my life. I wish I could. I mean, I don't even know if I can get to damn Las Vegas. 2 countries with glass. Have to be somewhere safe. Wouldn't be Mexico City. I would love a trip to Alaska. Anchorage, Fairbanks. I would love to go. God, I could imagine the pictures you could take. I always wanted to see the glaciers up there with that blue, white color, of them falling in the water and everything. I would love to take pictures of that. But that's America. Alaska's America, so it's not another country. Paris. Okay, I got my 2 countries. I want to go to Paris really bad because I want to go to Euro Disney, and I think Paris would be an incredible place to take photos. No, let me take that back. Not Paris. Amsterdam, Copenhagen. I would like to travel Europe. I would like to get on a bullet train, travel to every little town, and take photos. So Europe's not just England or Spain or any of or Germany or France. I kind of want to do the whole thing. Another place, me and my son were planning on going this year, but finances being what they are, thank you IRS, and because I'm going to have to catch all my bills up after they're done with this crap, was Tokyo. I was in the process of setting up some stuff with Disney. I wanted to go to Tokyo Disney Seas, I think it's called. It's their theme park over there. I kind of wanted to go there. I have some friends in Osaka, and was going to visit, and I wanted to tour Japan. My son wanted to go to Mount Fiji, and I just wanted to take pictures of Mount Fiji. He actually wanted to go up, as far as you can, I guess. But so I'd say Europe and Japan. I always wanted to go to Japan. I'm just now getting hooked on sushi, so. And yes, Roxanne, those questions are perfect. Thank you. Stephanie Lake asked, what is the best thing you've ever seen as a full-time trucker? Well, I don't know if any kids are going to be watching this video, so I can't really say. I've seen something at 2 o'clock in the morning coming out of Los Angeles, California, heading towards San Bernardino. I was going through Fontana on my way to San Bernardino, and about 2 o'clock in the morning, a car pulled up beside me with their dome light on. There was a female, I don't want to say how she was dressed because she wasn't, and her boyfriend was driving, and they stuck right beside me for probably a good 4 miles. If I slowed down, they slowed down. If I sped up, they sped up. They just stayed right with me, though, and they were doing stuff in their car that I can't really say, just in case kids are watching. That was pretty, that was different. Let me finish this quote. Let me read it here. What's the best thing you've seen as a full-time trucker? that was pretty cool. Best thing I've actually seen. Whew. Man, I've done a lot of stuff. I mean, for Mount Rushmore, taking that's what great when my kids were little. Like, I used to take them all over. They used to ride with me. We'd go to, see all the national parks. We'd go to Mount Rushmore, go to Niagara Falls, go to Yellowstone, Yosemite, the Redwoods up in Northern California. We used to do so much stuff. But experience-wise and stuff, God, it was probably about 20 years ago. There was a Hurricane Hugo, I think it was. And we were in South Carolina in a Hardee's parking lot. and it was me and my kids, and the wind was really going, man, because the hurricane was coming right ashore, right where we are, the eye of the storm. Everything was just right there at Cape Fear. We were right at Cape Fear. Great movie, by the way. The Hardee's sign blew over, those big signs that are like 50 feet up in the air. Just blew over right in front of our truck, lightning hitting. That was probably one of the most memorable things. That was pretty exciting. But the best thing I've ever seen, I would have to see. That's the question. The best thing I've ever seen, I would have to say, my kids. The first time I took them to Mount Rushmore, that was pretty cool. Jeff Bond asks. Oh no, I answered that one. David McDowell asks, "What is the longest haul you've ever made?" I go coast to coast, man. Before I was with this company, let me take a drink here. Before I was with this company, I worked for a company out of Salt Lake City, Utah. And that's a great thing about driving truck. You could work for anybody in the country, and you could still live anywhere. It doesn't matter where you live. And so, I mean, I could live in Miami and work for somebody in Montana. It's great. But the longest haul, distance-wise, I would say from Miami to Seattle. That's probably the furthest. That's about as far as you could go. I had a couple Alaska runs, but they would always. I would like leave Florida, going to. I'd have like 15 drops for Safeway. Safeway's a chain of supermarkets out west. I would have like 15 drops, so I would leave Florida with orange juice, take and deliver maybe in Oregon, and then work up I-5 corridor up into Seattle and north of Seattle and up towards Canada, and then I would have like 3 ending drops like in Anchorage and Fairbanks, but they would always take it off of me right at the Canadian border, and a Canadian driver would take it from the border up to Alaska, so I never really got to drive up there. But so the longest drive, Miami to Seattle. Definitely. How many miles roughly have you driven in your career? I just broke the 3 million mile mark. I think it was 4 months ago. I broke 3 million miles. You do. It takes right at about 9 years to break 1 million miles, and this is almost my 30th year, and I just broke 3 million. Just with Google Glass, wearing Google Glass, I break 200,000. If I can get some decent runs, I'll probably break 200,000. I'd say before Halloween, and I'll have 200,000 safe driving miles with Google Glass, which is pretty cool. I don't know. I'm trying to break the world record driving miles with Google Glass. Okay. Do I have a land-based home I retreat to when I'm not driving? Yes, I do. I live just outside of Orlando, Florida, kind of in the middle of Tampa and Orlando. It's not home in the traditional sense. Well, it is. It's a house. I pay for it. My relationship isn't great right now. We're really trying to work on it. I know she really loves me. I have no idea why. The whole thing is we don't have a great relationship because of my job, I believe. But what are you gonna do? I got rid of my house. My ex-wife gave me our house we bought in Central Florida when we got divorced, which was awesome of her. You know, I was going through a weird time in my life, so I decided to buy a yacht. I didn't want to. I was tired of paying bills and having all these bills in my life. It seems like that's all we do is work and pay bills and die. So I came up with this stupid idea: buy a yacht, pay it off real fast, live on the ocean. You know, find a little sandbar or a little island, put some tiki torches out there every night, and sit on the beach and drink rum and watch the stars. And have, you know, you get hungry, toss your fishing line in, or you know, and then work like 6 months. Go out and drive for you go out and drive for 6 months, save all your money, and then the others during when hurricane season's over, just call it quits for until hurricane season comes back and just enjoy your life. Kind of a half retirement, half work type thing. Well, I met another girl who my dreams of doing that didn't complete. And so I kind of forgot. I got the boat and everything, but I just kind of let it go. And I moved in with her and started taking over all those bills. And so it's home, but it's a home I'm never home for. I'm working on being better. Not only am I trying to take care of, I want to take care of everybody else. I need to start taking care of myself and try and bring a family back together. So I got some work to do. But yeah, I do have a land-based house. I'm very interested in the trucking culture. It seems to me that all you guys and gals eat is truck stop food. Is this correct? No, it's not. Truck stop food is gone. And I'm getting upset about that. Well, not really. Most of the truck stops in America only offer fast food nowadays. It kind of sucks. That we used to have great restaurants. Now they got McDonald's and Subways and just crap fast food. So I tend, unless I'm starving like I'm probably going to be doing for the next couple weeks until I get the IRS fixed, I normally try it, and I find shopping malls are probably the best to eat at because they got plenty of truck parking, and there's usually an Applebee's, an Outback, Carrabba's, just anything. There's normal restaurants, so I try and eat there, especially Applebee's. Not the best food, but it's inexpensive, and it's definitely better than Denny's or McDonald's or any of the other crap out there. So, but yeah, a lot of truck drivers do eat truck stop food still when they find a good restaurant, and but the fast food part of it it's not the healthiest. And I know the government's cracking down on us, telling us we have to lose weight. We have to get these physicals done now, and they do a body mass index like if you were in the military. And if you don't qualify your body mass, they'll kill your license, man. What's making it hard is with these fast food restaurants, which is a lot of times all we can eat. You also have to try and keep semi-fit to be able to qualify to keep driving, and it's going to get harder and harder. The government needs to crack down more on the truck stops and the drivers now. Let's see. What amenities do you enjoy in your cabin while driving, sleeping, or hanging? God, I used to have so many cool things. I had my TV, my Xboxes, my electric guitar. I got rid of I got rid of my TV, gave it to my son. I don't watch much TV. What I do, I usually download onto my tablets or my phone or something. And same with video games. You can get console quality games on tablets pretty much now. Right now I'm playing the Walking Dead pinball machine. Kind of cool. I'll break this out every once in a while. Let me exhibit. I named this after my grandmother, Irene. She passed away. She lived out in California. So this is Irene. And I play with her. I'm not really playing with my grandma. I just named my guitar after my grandma. But I play with her every now and then. I got my amplifier down there. I try and practice. It keeps my fingers limber. And it's just something to do to kill time. And then what else do I do? I like to update my website when I can. I just don't have no idea what to put on. I did put some stuff on the other day on the About section to help somebody out because they're running a campaign. They're trying to do something with a CPR app for Google Glass. But I try and do that, and I try and promote other people's stuff, and I check out what everybody else is doing, do the plus ones, watch everybody's videos that they're making. I only get, like, I got 10 hours after I'm done working. Legally, I have to take a 10-hour break. But at least 8 of those hours I try and sleep, even though I don't. I toss and turn because my mind's constantly thinking. I don't know what's going on. It's been that way ever since I got Google Glass. It just because I got all these thoughts in my head of what can I do, you know. So for at least 2 of those hours, I'm starting to watch Doctor Who now, along with all my new shows are starting. So I'm watching Survivor and all that stuff. So TV shows sometimes take up some of my time. Play guitar sometimes. Just I wouldn't call it playing guitar. I like to hold my guitar and make cool sounds out of my amplifier. Seeing what apps are available and updating my website and trying to share everybody's links on other websites to get them people coming to their website. So that's about all I do. Amenities, I really don't have none. I had a microwave. I got an oven I cook with sometimes, and I got my coffee pot. Other than that, I really got my refrigerator. I really love it. Not that there's any food. I think I got a mango in there. Let's see, it's old. I got some kiwi and a mango. Oh, the mango still looks good. But yeah, biggest amenity, coffee pot. Question answered. Anyway, this probably went on way too long. What is that? Oh, I would have slept on that. I didn't know. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Shut off. It's gone too long. I'm sure it bored everybody. But thank you guys for the questions. Thumbs up on it if y'all would. Be cool. Comment, share, do whatever. Do whatever you guys do. Just make sure you go to glassgeek.com. Check out all the links in the About section. Check out even in the extras, even though some of the stuff has nothing to do with wearables or Google Glass. The people that have the stuff there are Glass Family and Glass Explorers. And if you guys want to support me on Patreon, on the first page I got a link right there for Patreon. We could really appreciate it now. God, what am I going to do with the damn IRS? I don't even know why they exist. Coffee makes everything better. Okay, you guys, I'm going to sign off. Thank you for the questions. I'm going to go ahead and put this on my Patreon page. This is for my supporters. Iron Indian. Here I go with the Iron Maiden thing again. Okay, Iron Maiden. Indian. You're too young. Well, I don't know how old you are. You're probably 12, 13. Iron Maiden is a band, and your name is similar. I get them mixed up sometimes in my head. Too much hanging out at Grateful Dead shows when I was younger, I guess. So I apologize. But you guys, if you go to my Patreon page, you'll see her. She's following me, and the other people I support. In case my content's really not great. Theirs is. But if you guys want to support me there, it would be awesome. Check out some of the t-shirts and stuff I'm making, along with what everyone else is making. It's all on glassgeek.com. I'm going to go ahead and sign off and watch some Doctor Who. Well, check you later. Peace. Or, oh, fuck. Or, shoot. I hit my head on my lower bunk. It's because I don't know how to sign off. I was doing the peace with 3 fingers. What? Sorry about the curse word. Bump your head. It's what happens.
Click.